guys, this is Christy Fulk again with Create with Christy. It takes forever for that live to finally pop up on Facebook. I was like, okay, come on, come on. That's why there's always so much dead space at the beginning of the live, because I can't get it to keep going. There's always a long delay. Well, this video is going to cover the Simply Elegant suite. It is so pretty and very, very elegant. Goes with the name, that they picked a really good name for it. Like I was saying in my last video, it's going to be beautiful to make wedding cards, wedding announcements, invitations. I actually made an anniversary card. I mean, it makes a really good anniversary card too. And I've got two different looks just by changing the ribbon and one of the grays that I used. But I'm only using one ink pad, and it still makes it so elegant. And I'm going to see me embossing in the near future with this. I thought I wasn't going to do, I'm trying to keep them simple for today, but I can see some pretty elaborate looking projects with this. It's really, really pretty. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to start showing you some of the stuff in the suite. Here's the page numbers on page 68 and 69 of the catalog. And if you live in the United States and do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours, and I could send you this new catalog to you. Just click that contact me link below in the video description and give me your mailing address, and I'll get one mailed out to you. Okay, so this is so pretty. I'm looking forward to making a background similar to this one. Let me get it a little close to you. Sometimes when I go up, I don't get the right spot. There we go. It is so gorgeous. It looks like what they did was embossed it, stamped, sponged some ink on it. It just looks so pretty. I plan to do that sometime. So look for a video in the near future. And I love how it's got copper and gold in it and some silver. So it's got all three. We had a paper a couple of years ago that had all three. I think it was a celebration one. And I'd never thought to put copper and gold and silver together, but it looks so pretty. So let me show you the products real quick. So that's, like I said, it's on page 68 and 69 in the catalog. And I've also got a link to the suite below if you want to order it. So here is the bundle. This one doesn't take a die cutting machine. This is a punch bundle. And this is, see if I, sometimes it's hard to show the punch, but there you go. But the neat thing with this, you can make this as long as you want, and I'll show you that here with the card I'm making. And then this beauty, isn't that pretty? Definitely, you can see some heat embossing going on with this one, and the font is so pretty. So that's the Elegantly Said bundle. Now, if you get the whole suite, which includes this bundle, the Designer Series paper, and the Simply Elegant trim, you pay $59.25. The bundle, you do save 10% versus buying these individually, and the bundle price is $36.75. And let me show you this beautiful Designer Series paper. This is a specialty paper, so it's a little more than our regular DSPs, as you can see how, oh, it's so pretty. And it's $15, and it's on page 133 in the catalog. Well, let me get my chat up for YouTube. I always forget that. There's always so many things. There we go. But as you can see, there's gold, copper, and silver. The gold are the flower centers, the flowers with the copper, and the leaves are in silver. Isn't that gorgeous? With, I would say, it's either black or basic gray. I can't tell. Isn't that pretty? And here's the other side. Actually, I think it is basic black, because I can definitely tell this is basic black. So one side has foil, and the other side does not, but that's still a nice pattern to use. Let me get that a little closer so you can see it. Okay, then we've got this beauty, and this is, no, this is not the one I'm using, I'm sorry. I almost used this one. So this has got a white background with the gold, copper, and silver. So, so pretty. I don't know if you can see the different colors or not, but it is gorgeous. Oh, and this side here. And this one, you can definitely, I can tell it's starting to pixelate a little bit. That's one bad thing about lives. Oh my goodness, I don't think it can handle the line. There we go. You can kind of see the lines a little better. Lives tend to have trouble with Designer Series paper sometimes, especially when it has foil. Isn't that pretty? This just makes me think of the 20s. The 1920s, that is. We're in the 20s, aren't we? Just thought of that. 1920s. And then we've got this side. Well, I wish it was showing that better. I don't know why. That's one, like I said, sometimes with live. Sometimes when I do this, it makes it better. Doesn't look like it's working this time. Then we've got this one. That's got a very vanilla background with the gold and silver, it looks like. And then this side. And this is a 12 by 12 piece. This is what I'm using on the card. Oh my goodness, that one's really not showing up. Oh, this is frustrating. And this. I think what I'll do is I can take some pictures of the designer series paper. Actually, if you go to my online store and search the Simply Elegant Specialty Designer Series paper, you'll be able to see all the designs there. I'll try to get some pictures taken because I can tell the video is having a really hard time with it. And I'll post those on my Facebook page. Okay, then there's also the Simply Elegant trim. And usually we get the gold and the silver cording just with the holiday catalog. Well, it's in the annual catalog, so we're going to have this at least the whole year. And I'm going to be using the silver one for my card. I think I'm going to keep it in the bag because it does tend to come off. I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep that twine on there. I'm not sure if those thread socks would work or not. They might be too thin, but I'm going to try that out. Let's go ahead and close that up. And I think we are ready to start making this card. Now, one thing I do want to show you, I just looked over to the side. With the rubber stamp set, this is a cling stamp set, which is rubber stamp. I want to show you what I do. I keep the big rubber thing that holds all the stamps after I put the labels on. So all these have their labels on them. I remove the paper backing off of this big piece. There's no sticker. I don't need the sticker. But it'll stick to the inside of my case, and that way I can see which stamps are missing. So you can tell which ones I'm using. So that's a neat way to hold on to that. Now our photopolymer, the new ones now, they have changed. They do come with the window sheets on them like they do at the beginning. But, I don't know if you can see this, they have put the printing of all the images on the paper label here. So it's on the inside. So you don't need to keep that window sheet anymore. You can just put those stamps right on there. Oh, hi Dee from Kenya. Haven't had anybody from Kenya. I'm glad you're here. And I just love having those printed there because now I don't have to have that little piece of window sheet flying around. Now I can just put the stamps right on there. So you might get some of the older stamps. They're going to keep selling those with the original packaging until they sell out, and then they'll all be like this. But I just wanted to show you that real quick because I've been forgetting to do that all day. Okay, let's start making this card. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of basic gray. We're going to line those corners up like so. Get that folded in half. Okay. And then I'm going to grab a piece of gray granite. This is a 4 by 5.25. And I know this is a rubber stamp set, but I still like to use my Stampin' Pierce mat, especially when they're a little bigger and have a little intricate. It's an intricate stamp because I think it stamps so much better with that padding underneath. And like I said, I'm only using one ink pad, and it's the basic gray ink pad. So go ahead and ink this up. And that looks pretty good. It looks like I've got a little bit on the edge here. I'm going to take that off with my finger. I stamp all the time, so I'm used to ink being on my fingers. And I'm going to put this up the top left corner, like so. Stamp it, hold it down for a few seconds. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. And while we're at it, let's go ahead. I'm going to take the Happy Anniversary stamp. I'm going to stamp it here in the bottom left corner with the basic gray color too. So that's ready to go. Let's go ahead and put the designer series paper on it. This is a, let's see, I can't remember the size. 1.5 by 5.25. Isn't that pretty? See, I think it can handle it when it's a smaller piece. Isn't that pretty? So next time I'm going to make sure I cut them down a little smaller and show you. I think what it is, it's so big and taking up that screen, it messes it up, especially with foil. Okay, let's take my seal, and I think it works better if I don't put it on with the paper on the mat. I think a harder surface works better with the seal. And also remember not to use, if you have this, not to use a lot of pressure with it. There are times I go hard again like we used to, and it starts messing up. If I use a lighter touch, it does a lot better. Okay, I'm going to put this right along the long right side, make sure that said that right. So we've got that on there. Then I'm going to take a piece. We've had this last year, and it's back in the catalog. This is the gray granite shimmer ribbon. And I thought it looked kind of silver too, and it matches with the gray granite, of course. So let's go ahead and grab glue dots. Put a glue dot on each end of the ribbon. Now, I'm not going to be tying anything on this one. I just wanted to have that nice strip. And you'll see why I'm not tying a little one on it, because it's not needed. Put this on here. I'm going to kind of cover up the edge. I want to make sure I see the whole image of this corner flourish that I've just stamped. Put this across. Okay, so I've got it attached to the back. Those glue dots work really good with that. And we'll go ahead and put, now the ribbons on there, put our seal on here. And on the ribbon, oops, I didn't cut. Another thing too, I had do a little cuts. Sometimes if you don't do the cut, like I just did it again, just roll this up till the adhesive is up at the edge. And it'll work. I'm also near the end of this, so nope, there's still some on there. I've got a backup just in case I run out. And we'll go ahead and put this right here on the card base. Okay, while we're at it, let's go ahead and stamp the inside. And I'm not doing a lot to this. Take this big flourish again. Ink it up with a basic gray. This card is quick and easy to make too, but it looks so elegant. And it's also got a happy birthday, if I'm remembering right. Oh, no, it doesn't. It has a thank you. That's good because when you have a wedding, you need thank you cards. So this would you could have them match your wedding cards. Okay, invitations, I mean. Okay, I'm going to put this over here on the bottom right this time. And this is on a piece of Very Vanilla. It's 4 by 5 1/4. Now let's go ahead. Oh, I also put a greeting on the inside. So I've got the happy anniversary, and this one says true love stories last forever. So I thought that was perfect for an anniversary card. It would work also for a wedding card for sure. I thought that would be nice. Speaking of anniversaries, my wedding anniversary is coming up here on Friday. We'll be married 32 years. Can't believe that. Time flies. Oh, let's leave this open because I do need to use that. And we have a love story lasts forever too. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put this on the inside of the card. Oh, wheel that again. Yeah, whenever I get near the end of it, it tends to want to misbehave. There we go. I've been doing lives all day. I'm having trouble thinking of words to say. Okay, so put this on the inside. Okay, so we've got the inside done, and this is almost done. We've got to put our image on here. So I'm going to grab a piece of Very Vanilla again. Now, remember when I told you could make this a longer tag? The width of it has to be 1 3/4 inches. So that's what this is. And this is a, let's see, let me look at my cheat sheet here. 3.5 inches this way. Now, of course, you can make it as long as you want. That's just as long as I needed it. And that's the 1 3/4. And sometimes after you do it is 1 3/4. If it doesn't fit in here real well, just take a little sliver off and it'll fit just fine. Now, it's going to be really hard for me to show you this, but there's a thin opening right down here. That's where I want that paper to go. So I'm going to stick it in here, and you want to make sure it goes in that top opening. Make sure it's straight. Punch that. So I want to make sure I have the bottom punched. Okay. Now I'm going to take this pretty image, this floral image, ink it up. Now this is a little narrower, little narrower. I want that curve to be on the bottom than the flower, but it's still going to look really good because I'm going to get most of it on there. Okay, now if I had just punched this like this, it wouldn't have been long enough, and it would have chopped off some of the flower. So I'm going to do this, and this one is a little harder to stick in, but just make sure that you stick it in that top, because there are a bunch of holes in this thing. But you want to make sure you just do it in that top narrow opening, because it is narrow. If you go down too far, it's not going to work. So you want to look at these two corners right here. Once you get those stuck in, the trick is getting it in this little thing here. But once you get those in, it goes in a lot easier. I'm going to bring this up to where I want it. I think I want it a little bit farther. Here we go. That looks pretty good. And now we've got that. See, it was just not much longer, but it is a little longer. This was just too short. Now, but I can make it, I could add more flowers if I wanted to, make it even longer. There's a lot of possibilities with this. Now, I didn't want this to just be like this. So I grabbed a piece of gold foil. This happens to be a 3 by 3 inch piece. Now this, I decided at first I was going to make it even longer. It was hard to figure out how long to make it to line up with this just right. So what you do, just go ahead and punch that out normal. Then you take your scissors and you fold this in half. I found this a lot easier than trying to make this longer, because it's going to be too, it's the same width as this vanilla piece. So what I'm going to do, so that means all I can show is the top and the bottom. So I'm going to put some adhesive right across the bottom here. And then I'm going to line this up. Get the side edges lined up. So now I've got a little gold border down here. And we're going to put some adhesive here. I'm going to grab my silicone mat so I don't get adhesive on my workspace, because I want to make sure I've got some adhesive right here and here where those little flourishes are. And then we'll line this up to where it looks good to us. Oops. Nice thing about seal, you can lift it back up again if you don't get it just right. For the first 10 minutes, that is, it becomes permanent after that. So there, that just gave a little bit of shimmer to it and made it so it didn't look so plain with that just on the vanilla. Now I'm going to tie a piece of the, what is this called? Simply Elegant trim, what I showed you here in a minute. This is the silver one. It's about a 12-inch piece. I'm going to thread it right in here so it's wrapped right around that middle section. And we're going to tie it into a bow. Yes, I'm being brave, tying a bow on a live video. When I do bows, I do a single knot, and then you have them go vertically like this. And then I take the bottom one. It's a little harder when it's a smaller piece. Take the bottom one and make a loop, and then go around and tie it like you do your shoes. And then just play around with it till it looks good to you. And then tighten it up. And I wanted these to be a little long, which is good. I'm going to grab, because I can tell it's frayed a little bit right here, so I'm going to take that off just there at the end so it doesn't look frayed anymore. Make this one be about the same length. I'm going to hold onto the knot there and bring this down, and that'll bring that down a little more so it's not flipping quite as much. It's still going to a little bit, but it helped it some. Okay, now I'm going to use black dimensionals, since this is darker cardstock for the card base. So we'll turn this over. I'm going to put one is here at the top, and then a couple here at the bottom. And that should hold it on quite nicely. Take your pick tool and take the paper backing off. And then I'm going to put this right here. I think this would make a nice silver anniversary card, since it's all grays and silvers. We've got a little gold there, and a little gold here, of course, but I wanted to have a little gold to go with that paper. So there is that card. Now I want to show you my variation, because I did do one, because I couldn't figure out which one I liked better. So I thought, well, we'll just show both of them. So that's with the gray granite and the gray granite ribbon. This is with the gold shimmer ribbon. So these are both the same. This is the one on the right is the gray granite. This is the gold shimmer ribbon. And then I used, this is actually smoky slate gray instead of the gray granite. So I don't know if you can tell the difference. It's a little hard to tell in the video. There really is a difference. If I get a little closer, oh, that's really hard to tell. The one on the right is actually a little darker than this one. But I thought that gold looked pretty with that ribbon. So you can, if you wanted to be more muted, have it all silver, use the gray granite ribbon. Use the gold shimmer ribbon if you want to have a little more color to it. So that is the Simply Elegant Suite. I hope you enjoyed that card. Got one more live for today, and that one is going to be at 7 o'clock, and it's going to feature the Pansy Petals Suite, and that's going to be one of my online classes. I think it's the third of the 4 that I'm doing. And this one is so pretty. It's got all of the new in colors in the paper, so I hope you can come back at 7 p.m. Eastern Time to see it. And I want to make sure I keep doing this on all my lives to make sure everybody sees this. I do have a promo. If you place an order using that host code, and I keep forgetting, I'm going to put that host code down in the video description. It's a lot easier to read if I type it out there. If you use that host code and spend $50 before shipping and tax, I will send out 18 sheets of it'll be 4-inch by 6-inch, boy, I can't say this anymore. I've been saying it all day. 4-inch by 6-inch pieces of variety of the new DSP. It's going to be a variety of the DSP. Boy, think I need to take a nap after this. But with a $50 order, that's what I'll send out to you. If you place a $75 order before shipping and tax, you'll get that those DSP pieces, plus you'll get an embellishment of your choice for up to $7 free. Now, those will be shipped separately from your order since it's coming from me. So after you place your order, you'll have to email me if you do a $75 order and let me know what embellishment you want. And then if you up it and do a $150 order before shipping and tax, that gets you up to a workshop order. And do not use the host code. I'll still send out my freebies, and you'll get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. And Stampin' Up is having a promotion right now, so if you do a $250 order, you do the same thing. Don't use that host code, and you'll get my freebies and the Stampin' Rewards, but Stampin' Up will add another $25 extra to your rewards. And that's going on until June 14th. So you've got till that. I've got links down below to find out what kind of parties I do. If you want to do a party, I do Facebook parties and catalog parties and online parties. So just check that out. Just click on that link below in the video description. Okay, I think that's all right now. So I'll go back to the next live. That's right, I already told you that, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, I've been doing these all day. They're fun, but they do get tiring after a while. So hope I can see you tonight at 7 o'clock. And then I'll be back tomorrow with, I think, 4 more videos. One will be unboxing my order I just placed this morning, and it did ship, so it's on its way. So I'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight. Bye.